Hunter was hiding from paternity lawsuits for years in Malibu. Joe Biden's Secret Service was protecting him from being served. Hunter was forced to go to court in Arkansas, and when he showed up, he begged the judge to reduce his child support payments. He won't let his daughter Navy have his last name. She's not officially a Biden. Instead, he promised her to give her some paintings. Let's be honest. Joe acknowledged his granddaughter after 4 years because his brand was taking a beating. He was shamed into doing this by Maureen Dowd in the New York Times because of the recent op-ed in the USA Today paper, because the White House press corps has been hounding him for months.
Not much of a surprise here on a Friday to learn that Joe Biden is a classless prick. Why? Because Joe Biden has always been a classless prick. Joe Biden will always be a classless prick, and the media will always pretend that he's not a classless prick. It's this whole Uncle Joe, he's just the kindly old grandfather, and everyone who's saying otherwise has a problem with his age and his politics. No, he's just a classless prick, as you are about to learn. How about the fact that our lovely Joe Biden, our hero that we need in this time, is just now on a Friday evening dumping out that he is going to acknowledge that he has a granddaughter. Yeah, that Hunter Biden has a daughter that he has completely abandoned in Arkansas and didn't even want to pay child support, doesn't want her to have the Biden name, and did all they could to hide her from the public. Well, because Hunter Biden is Joe Biden's son, that means he's a classless prick. And again, they'll try to pretend that they're not. They're essentially new money, thanks to his positions in government over his entire lifetime, and they're acting like classless pricks. Did I mention that? So on Friday, because they're just so fantastic, they went to People magazine for a glowing interview, I guess you would call it, where they speak out on Hunter Biden and say they only want the best for her. And there's no evidence that's true. They wanted her to go away. As much as they can possibly make her go away, they wanted her to go away. So let's not pretend that this is something they wanted to see happen and something that they're going, well, they may now because they have to, that they were going to acknowledge without a ton of media pressure. And now a bunch of reporters are mad that they went to People because they've been working on this story, damn it. But they went to People magazine to dump this on a Friday, so there you go. A source familiar with the situation tells People that the recently resolved child support dispute between Hunter and London has dictated how the relationship is played so far. You have to remember, there were some fairly contentious legal proceedings between Navy's parents happening until just a few weeks ago. As grandparents, I mean, this is funny, as grandparents, the Bidens are following Hunter's lead. And again, Hunter, like his father, is a classless prick. So therefore, he's being a classless prick and a drug addict. But they're acknowledging him, and the media is going to give him a ton of credit for it. But should they? Well, the answer to that is no, because this is what Joe Biden, the classless prick, does when he was asked about this. It doesn't seem like the old grandfather, does he? Who cares and wants the best for the kid.
I'm wondering if you have a comment on this report and court filing out of Arkansas that your son Hunter just made you a grandfather again.
No, that's a private matter. I have no comment.
Mr. Vice President,
But only you would ask that.
we gotta go.
You're a good man. You're a good man.
Thank you guys. This is all
Classy.
the time we have.
Projection. That's what that's called. It's called projection. Calling someone else a classy man because he asked him about his grandfather. Yeah, real nice. Real nice on Joe Biden's part. National Review wrote an article, Joe Biden is an asshole, because Joe Biden is an asshole. I mean, that's true. It's absolutely true. And everyone knows it. And in this article, they will reference a Axios article from the past that says Biden has such a quick trigger that somebody's trying to avoid him. Yeah, that's right. They don't want to meet alone with him because he yells at him, he screams at him, and all these other things. He's not a lovely old grandfather. He is a sad, pathetic prick. That's what we've always known about him, and that's what he will always be. He is a fraud and a liar and an asshole. Jesse Waters covered a bit of this story. And let's take a look at what came up when he did.
Joe Biden's finally acknowledged his granddaughter, Navy Roberts. The Bidens sent a written statement to People magazine, quote, "Our son Hunter and Navy's mother London are working together to foster a relationship that is in the best interests of their daughter, preserving her privacy as much as possible going forward. She's 4 years old. It took him 4 years to acknowledge his granddaughter.
That's pretty much all you need to know. The story's already very clear. I don't have to go any further. Joe Biden is an asshole.